Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to the channel. Tonight we are in, hopefully it turns up properly. We are in our multiplayer stream, which so happens to be our Minecraft SMP. Oh, there we go. Do we have audio? We have audio. Fantastic. Alright. So what we got is, we've recently, in fact we'll go back, and you see down the bottom here, we've updated to 121.11, so we were previously on 121.1. There is a brand new mod pack, so we've added a right-click harvest mod. We've got most of our standard mods have come across. The NPC mod is now modularized. We also have changed the mail mod, so mailboxes are probably going to be a bit confused, I guess. Going forward, we also changed roughly enough items to just enough items, and brought back in a proper dynamic light mod. Otherwise, everything else should be as it says on the tin. There is a... just trying to see where was it. I haven't really played with 121.11 on this account. Well, on this particular build just yet. So there's going to be demands from the game to break trees and all those other bits and pieces. The other part that's changed too is, well, mainly client-side stuff on my system. The mod packs are released and are up on Discord. At least the Modrinth version is. I couldn't shrink the CurseForge version small enough, so both files are also up on the Google Drive, which is linked to from the Discord. So, in fact, what I will do is I will say, if people are after specific stuff, and you'll have to give me 2 seconds. Got mini HUD. Alrighty. Mini HUD is doing something silly. Again, it's just one of those things that configures itself on. Turn that off. We go to options, video settings, extras, FPS off. Done. Okay, let's just go inside here for now, while we fix up a couple of other items. Like I said, I haven't configured my simple voice chat. Need to change that to HUD icons. No. Alright, that's looking good. I'm going to go to Burrow's minimap. Alright, position is right, on is right. Okay, entity radar settings. Display icons. No. We're going to turn... I guess what I'm doing. Mods. Okay, review settings, lock morph on, circle lighting on, blah, blah, blah. That's good. Entity radar settings. Okay, player. Display on, dot color white, icons, always, names, always. Okay, player, hostile, settings, display off. Or do I have red dot? I think I had red dot. Display on, dot color, dark red, icons, no icons, names, no names. Okay, living, players, hostile, friendly, settings, display off. Items, settings, off. Other settings, off. Alright, entity, styles, yada yada yada. Okay. I think that's pretty good. Okay, coordinates are on. Yes. Yeah, I think we'll roll game time as well. We don't need the day. We'll just go to 24-hour time. Light level off. Weather. I think that's pretty good. We don't need chuck coordinates. So, I mean, coordinates is good. Done. Okay, claims are linked in as well. I think we're good. Alright, now we're going to go... creative. Alright, let's have a look at... No, not the map. Well, of course, the map is going to reset because we haven't been doing anything, really. Have to re-explore a lot. Or... might actually be able to load back in. Anyway, we've got new sets of blocks. We've got, let's see, expanded range of blocks because we have 120 on 11, so we've got more copper to work with. We've got copper chains, we've got grates. What I'm looking at now is still using copper trapdoors. I wasn't using them before. Copper grates, not so much. But copper chains is obviously we're running 121.11, so that's a bit more upgraded stuff. We've got our pale moss and our pale oak, which is there, which is going to be a nice white block, like an interesting set of doors. Got a few more varieties of things. I gotta be honest, I haven't been building, even in the servers that I do play 121.11 on, I haven't been playing with many of the lanterns or torches or anything else at the moment. So yeah, obviously you've got weathered gear to come through, more bulbs and stuff. A lodestone. The other thing we've added too is we've also got shelves, which is going to come in a lot of handy. The other thing we headed into is a couple of data packs, which include differences in Enderman behavior, so they'll no longer pick up blocks and therefore destroy people's builds, and also increased mob head drops, which all three come out of the Hermitcraft pack, and so we'll look at that. In terms of going to the next version of Minecraft, so 26.1.2 at the moment, or the current edition, we're just waiting on two mods, to catch up, and when they're all caught up, we'll be all ready to go for moving across to that, which is the baby mobs. There is also a good chance that we'll be able to come across to the sulfur update, which is going to be happening sometime soonish. So we'll be looking potentially at moving to that in due course. But I mean, the main thing is we've caught up to 121.11, so we've got spears, we've got more copper gear, copper tools, a broader range of ingredients, a broader range of things to work with, which I wasn't previously working with. But yeah, it looks going to be quite interesting, I hope. Alright, so what I was going to do, I was going to grab, it was something copper-wise, wasn't it? It was... Now, we did have grates and trapdoors before. Just wasn't sure... wasn't using them in builds before. Where is what I was looking for? I mean, I could try... We've got oak and acacia. Move that up there. Now, on map. You'll have to excuse me for a minute. I'm going to change... I can drop out of the server. Have a look for where these map files are in the previous version, and bring them across and see whether they'll load up. I'll be back in just a minute. Let me chuck some tunes on while I do that. Alright. Connect. Of course, the smart person that I was, I completely quit out of Minecraft. The other thing I did find too is Kick has been a bit stupid of late. And so the last couple of days, last couple of streams, it's force logged out. I don't know why. I don't know what's changed. I'm guessing they might be having some issues with automated systems. Alrighty. Coming back up. And bring ourselves back in, fade the tunes. Alright, here's hoping my successful finding of the map files and copying them across has worked. Maybe. Oh, looking better. Looking much better. Okay. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of updating of things. Okay, now, I thought there was... No, we're going to run with these copper grates. I was thinking about this just the other day. One of the things that I was thinking of with these walls is that they've been roped together at the top end. Yeah, that looks fairly good. Okay, so each of the oak, get it. And as they weather, that's fine. And yeah, you probably have them roped together at the bottom as well. Alright, so... no, we'll leave that there. So we'll go to the on this side as well. We'll do some up here as well. And as that ages, that'll get darker. That means if I run these ones, and I'm going to put we put copper lanterns out here. I think no, I'm okay with the normal iron lanterns. Could probably put them on a bit of a longer chain. Now, is 2 on these upper levels too much? It certainly gives it decorative elements that I was missing last week, which is probably what I was, one of the things I was trying to work out what to put in. Now, we had copper grates before, just don't know why I wasn't. Trapdoors. Don't know why I wasn't using them. Alright, so we'll come down about 2. We might even give it another one lower down. Two down, might as well go 2 up. Hello, Amadeux. Yep, I think that works. That works really well so far. Okay, what we were missing last time down here is... I'm going to give it grassed interior. I'm pretty sure I fixed up these... I did. So yeah, this needs to come back a bit. In the diagram, it's almost straight across. Well, we're not going straight across, so we'll pull this back in here, and there's going to be a couple of cave systems. Now, on this side, there's a cave system that leads off the second story, so we can dig in easy enough. That's not a problem. Now, one of the things I do want to test out is the new... well, I'm using Vein Miner, not Digus Maximus anymore. So I'm going to test how that works too. So I obviously have no idea how some of this stuff works just yet. Okay. Key bindings. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, configured just enough items as well. Not replay mod, that should be turned off. Why? Minimap settings. Let's change that to that. Done. Alright, let's see. Nope. It clearly wants me to use a tool. maybe it doesn't want me to use the tool. I'm going to have to go check the config file. It's probably something that has to be set in a config file as opposed to in-game. I mean, maybe it won't do it in creative. I'll have to have a look. Or maybe, just maybe, it'll only vein mine. I can find a block of resources like coal. Something on the surface at least. There we go. No. Nope, that didn't do it because there was coal right there. Let's go into... Okay, so that will do it, but it won't auto harvest. Well, I don't have space for it, do I? Okay. Well, lesson learned. I guess there is a config setting. I could probably change it to allow it to mine all blocks. I told you to get rid of that. And in fact, what it's got in the design document is actually a pond back here. A small pool. I do have my water. Alright, we're going to replace... Okay, I've done... I'm not going to go gravel at the bottom. We might go... What do I have there? We're going to find some creative use for shelving at some point. Alright, so we want to go... in essence back here. Of course, I got rid of the oak fence, didn't I? And oak planks. The other thing I need to do too is I need to go back and revisit some of the resource packs I used to use, but also I had, but I never actually loaded when I was playing on this server. Probably go back and have a look, see whether any of them have got anything worthwhile, or been updated, or... I mean, when I've been playing, it's just been basically vanilla, even vanilla looking stuff. I don't even use shaders. Again, I used to use shaders. The other thing I'm thinking of doing too is, given that I have, well, I do have a 26.1.2 install running without all the mods, of doing, sorry, with most of the mods, of doing a super flat build world map. I know there's some fairly famous YouTube series out there of people who run... basically, that's the whole thing, is they've been building a super flat world for years. Not looking to replace it, looking to, you know, have a bit of variety in what I'm doing Minecraft-wise. I think at one point I don't think I've actually done it on stream. I have played some super flats on SMPs before, and they're interesting, especially when looking to try and get resources. I think we managed to make it into the Nether before, well, that world ended and we moved to something else. But that was a fun, particularly fun set of experiences. We had some issues with the particular Minecraft version we're using. It had certain odd behaviours when it came to super flat worlds, and we ran into that firsthand, which wasn't great. Now I've got space. Armadillo's cute. Thank you, buddy. In fact, what I think I do is I can shape this back. And then from there, We're going to do our cave systems. Not supernatural looking, but an improvement. In fact, I've got to go on and have a see to see what some of these other builds look like now. You see, this looks a little bit too hot. There we better-ish. Alright, let's put this grass down. I mean, technically it's almost the perfect opportunity to put down some moss, but in fact the mini-map looks really rendered. I don't think I've ever seen it look like that before. Gotta say, the rendering on the map's got better. Anyway, what's it doing? That's right. Yeah, so I think, well, I've got concepts for big builds and all different sort of builds and stuff, and I mean, while this is sort of becoming a coherent world, and it's actually been the same world I've carried over since 1.20.4, I think was when we started this world. I think the idea of a super flat world played through would be interesting, especially without mods as such. I mean, at least not without massively assisted mods. Okay, so now we're going to go do this one, and give this, actually no, we'll switch it up. We are going to go for a oak door, I think. So we'll carve our way through there. Ooh, I like. Okay, so again, on the diagram, it's got this as a sort of, well, a firing point. There's not much else to it. But I think I'll make it storage. I can get rid of the gravel. So look at our functional blocks. What else do we pick up? Put some copper chests down. And some barrels. And I do like the look of the note blocks. They look like, you could use them as like weapon racks, I guess. Note blocks, get rid of those. Yep, that works alright. There's that. Downstairs, out of the workshop. And in fact, what I can do is, I'm going to go with, none of these wood types really look right. Pale oak. We'll go with pale oak. What we've got here is going to be campfire. I already have a campfire. No, I do not. Now, I did have, like, a lantern on a lightning rod, not an end rod. It was, yeah, a lightning rod. I'm going to go copper lantern. Like that. And then I had a barrel. Where was my barrel? There it was. Right. Okay. Then it's like a storage. I wonder whether I should put a gate or a door. I mean, a spruce door more likely than anything else. But it won't be directly on the outside, it'll be one back. But what I will do is I will plant some bushes and stuff around. I fill this up with random barrels. And random blocks. Couple of lodestones for decoration. Throwing obsidian wouldn't be too bad. Otherwise, I think... I mean, frog lights would be good too. Conduit, beehive. And a couple of big pots. I mean, it looks fairly artificial. Yeah. Scaling. Alright. Natural blocks, natural blocks. We're going to put down some... I was thinking of some hanging moss. But no, what we're going to do is, if I can find where they went... Put down some firefly bushes. Dead bushes, firefly bushes. We're going to have natural... More than likely going to have something out the back here as well. In fact, we're going to have them over here. Nope, you won't do it underneath. Fine. Okay, a bit of leaf litter tucked away into the corners because people have been sweeping up that well. Oh, don't fall in. Alright, I think that looks a lot better. I don't know if you're going to pale hanging moss. Almost need a darker door, but not really enough. I mean, that's a good design. It's just too pale. Yeah, I don't think copper's the right one. And neither is iron. No, we're good. I think that looks much better. I mean, the little bits of the copper trapdoors, a bit of terrain modification. We've done the caves. That's the word I was trying to think of. Put some ground decoration in. There's a little water source out the back. Spare storage, more storage. We've got all the ladders. Everything all works. I think we're done. Alright, give me half a sec. I've got to close that design. Next one is going to be all the way out towards the Department of NPC Affairs. What we're looking for is a fairly large flat area in the desert that's not near a town. I mean, that's viable, maybe? I could probably build out here. Yeah, see, I don't know. There's definitely a town there. And I don't want too close to the Department of NPC Affairs. And there was another town there. We had a temple, a bridge, 2 towns. There was another. Was there another temple? There was another structure that. No, it goes past that. Maybe I'm dreaming. Probably dreaming. So the place I'm looking at building next kind of exists. It wants to be on a road. I don't have too many other roads that go through. In fact, I don't have any other roads that go through desert areas. Got roads that go through icy areas. I mean, we do have desert areas. We do have... We just don't have roads going to them. There's no reason to build this site unless there's something going beyond it. Right, there's got to be logic for why I'm putting it where it is. This looks good, but no point putting it in right next to a town. And up here is getting too close to the Department of NPC Affairs. It kind of works. Kinda. Think. I mean, there's also going to be another couple of builds in here as well. I'm going to find a nice flat bit of, well, relatively flat patch of terrain on this path. Well, we've just built that. We built that last week. Needs to be almost there. Anyway, again, there's also a town down here. I didn't even notice that village either. Oh, tempting fate. Well, there goes this location, because there's a village right there as well. I don't remember these parts of the map being lit up so well. A whole ton of villages up here. It's kind of funny, because when I was building here, we were hard-pressed to find a nearby village. Turns out, nearby villages, there's one down here, which is probably the closest. It took me ages to find it. I mean, these builds actually look quite nice in the map, all lit up. Anyway, my modern house, modern-ish house. Okay, let's have a look. We are looking for... Fine, we'll go put it in up here. Whoop. I want my bed back. Where'd I go? Actually, I didn't even stop to think. I've got deserts here, but I've got a world spawn base there, so there's no point putting a so close to base world spawn. Down here, but these guys, more of a beach, and there's a village there anyway. Too close to another build's about to go in. No support. Yep, it's gonna go here. We are going to be building with, well, in fact, it could be mud brick. Let me, mud brick and mud brick. That's that off. Sandstone and red sandstone. I've got to take a look at. I didn't want chiseled, I just wanted normal. So we've got options. We could do... Now, the problem with sandstone is it does not stand out against the grain. So the problem with the red sandstone is, where do you get red sandstone from in a normal desert? Mud bricks. My auto jump setting got turned off. Controls, accessibility. Jump. This is where auto jump used to be. Auto jump on. I suspect it's going to have to be mud brick. I'm going to give mud brick a crack. Alright, so let's have a look. Where's that go? That goes that way. Best way we're going to do is we're going to build facing direction of travel. So people are going to come in from this direction. And yeah. Although I could go with terracotta. Why? Actually, terracotta coloured terracotta. Yeah, I don't think the smooth sandstone might be it. I think we're going with smooth red sandstone with possibly terracotta flooring. Okay, alright, let's map this out. It did give an indication that it was probably going to be on line of travel would be best. If you go too far down though, you start creeping into that. Let's clear a pad here and see where we go. I'm going to start with a set of doors. A bit further forward. All right. 1, 2, 3. Let's go doors there. And what we will do is we will bring up this level. We're going to give ourselves a raised platform to build from. Alright, so it actually comes forward. Indications are it's supposed to be an elevated entryway, just. So there's the path. Come down here. We're going to come up smooth sandstone. I wanted smooth red. Now, given this is the building foundation-y stuff, should really use sand to level things out soon enough. But anyway, I can fix it up as we go. All right, there's our entrance as such. In fact, that then actually comes back. Get rid of the timber for now. We're not using any of that. Where did my sand go? Did I go past it? I think I did. It'd be in the natural block, wouldn't it? It is. I mean, this will not be a sand walk up, but anyway. Okay, so we're gonna. It's red sandstone interior. So that comes back to 3, 4, 3, 4, and then you go that way. You go that way. Orient myself. That is a door. That is a door. That is a window. That is a window. Tempted to make these doors pale oak. Tempted. Let's see how it actually looks. Not as bad as I was thinking. All dynamic lighting. Wrong colour against the red. Okay, so interior is, well, quite lengthy. In fact, let's see if I got my layout right. Probably not. So from this wall, that's 2, that's a whole bunch. Let's move out this way, up there, Looking good. Okay, and smooth sandstone. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Double check I counted that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whoop. In fact, 8 is the turn inside. And there is no door except there. Okay, and then we go that's 1, 2, 3 internal. That is actually a turn there. And that is a turn there. Roughly like that. Diagonal walls suck. 1, 2, 3. Then diagonal wall. And this comes out for another 2. And then turns. And is in fact right. We have a curved wall. Like that. Ooh, that's already taking shape nicely. I think that's right. One, 2, 3 internal. Must mean that is where the wall goes. Oh, hello, Mr. Rabbit. Let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's a little bit too far up here. And in fact, what we have across here is well, the outer wall is intact. Like that. Yeah, I forgot for half a second that sand has gravity. Duh. Okay, and now we come back here. These are most clearly one gap. There's 1, 2, 3 of these. We actually have the same on the other side when I get to it. In fact, I'm going to swap this out for other flooring in just a minute. And we basically have a repeat of this front wall. So it's 1, 1, 2, like that. And that wall is directly opposite. And that's 3 wide on the interior. That's 3 wide on the interior. This does not stick out any further at the back. But that is the rear wall. Okay, back down here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then it goes across 2, 3, 4, and then it connects. And then this front wall looks very, very good. Question is, how the hell am I supposed... there's the doors. Couldn't see the doors on the diagram. It is symmetrical about the entryway. And in fact, I can let this drop off at the background. It wouldn't hurt to have, like, a slight view. Not that there is much of a view to be had. Okay, so this interior is going to run like this. Smooth the whole way across. There's our interior to there. And this room is going to be, it's a 3x3 internal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, that lines up. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not like that. And yep, it's mirrored over this side, definitely. Okay, that's looking good. We have more sand out here, which I need to take account of. And we have that steps out 1. That steps out 1. And then what we have right at the back is actually a fireplace, but I can't make it that small. Especially given that it's a rather symmetrical build. I mean, it's a huge fireplace, but it is a large room. Is it actually a fireplace? Can I do away with it? Maybe. It is the desert. I mean, it's a cooking enclosure, cooking space. Problem is because it's symmetrical, it doesn't quite align properly. So let's fill that in. Those two there. And then a bunch out this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then that's the turn. Yep, that's going to get covered up. One, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the go back. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yep, it is very much symmetrical. I mean, I'd prefer filling it in than leaving it blank for mobs to generate in. Prefer. Well, that works. Okay, so we're there. We've come back. 1, 2, 3, and it's the 4th block back. 1, 2, 3, 4th block back. It's 1 block on that side and 3 blocks on this side. It's 2 there. And it's 4 at the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's 1, 2, 3. Well, in fact, it's straight along the line. One, 2, 3, then 4. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 4. One down. Okay, and then we run the sand all the way up. This 3 deep, that's right. It's only 1 there. 1, 2. We got this goes all the way down here. Ah, mostly right. And that's now just fill in the sand. Again, we're just going to put the smooth sandstone flooring in for now. I mean, a tile, sand. I don't think we have a sandstone tile. But a tile would be the ideal flooring, especially, particularly for the ground floor. Right, that's in. Tile. There's no sandstone brick. There is endstone brick. We've got resin as well, but I don't think that's the appropriate. It does look cool though. I don't think mud brick is correct either. I mean, I could try mud brick. Actually, that mud brick looks better. I mean, the end stone looks pretty cool. The mud brick, I think, suits it just that little bit extra. Yeah, smooth sandstone. Entryway. Yep, I mean, the smooth sandstone entryway works. It just turns into mud brick on the inside. Now, I will set these also to smooth for now. And then fill this in. And the doorways are not there. The doorways are 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Yes. Okay, so we now need to fill in most of this with sand. We have an inner ring of smooth sandstone, and then basically sand out into the middle. But it's not going to be sand out to the middle, it's going to be something else. And if we come up and have a look, fairly close. Fairly close. So it is smooth sandstone for 2 blocks. And yep, we're gonna fill sand into about here. Alright, I'll do some organic shaping just a sec. Yep, that looks mostly organic. Small patch of grass back there. All right, and go one deep is fine. And the edges. Mud, wet mud. There's mud. Put that back. Okay, so this level is all mud. I'll give 1 or 2 blocks up here to be mud as well. Get our water. Ooh. That actually that works really well. All right, so we get rid of the mud. Here are the oak saplings. I did see someone used an example. It wasn't with saplings. It was actually with timber. But they did a rather passable jungle, palm tree. And what was it with? I don't think it was with pale oak. I'm feeling mixing mangrove log with dark oak fence might be the trick. Like, for example, we'll do I mean, it shouldn't be dropping leaves. Not the desert. I'm gonna put my bed. I left it there, did I? A beachfront. Now, I don't think there's going to be necessarily lots of flowers or anything, but I do suspect maybe they used pale oak leaves. Maybe one more. They're kind of symmetrical. Do well, they're both fairly small. Might tuck one in here. No, that one's too big. That works really nice. Now we've got probably should put some lily pads in, one or two. And a seagrass or two and a kangaroo. So I just under where the Not too much. Nice. All right. That's enough green things. Let's get back to building sandstone-y things. One more thing. All right. Now we're going to stick with spree stores down below. What's that? I can get rid of that mangrove log. I can get rid of that. Well, maybe I probably shouldn't have, but anyway, I did. I'm going to go copper lanterns down here. Iron lanterns can go away. Okay, so now these walls along here have no windows. They're pretty standard 3 high. In fact, these also have no windows because they're an external wall. At least at the ground level. I think people can probably start guessing how this is going to look when it's all done. And in fact, there's no windows at all on these exterior walls down bottom. In fact, do I have something in sandstone that looks like it could provide, you know, a nice bit of textural contrast? Chiseled? Cut. Try chiseled. Have I missed one somewhere? Surely not. Well, it seems to be... there's the problem. The blind bit of wall that can't be seen. Now, it does imply on the diagram that upstairs has tile floorings too. I don't know about that. Okay, so what we have is an internal wall. Goes to there. Well, actually, the inner wall goes to full height. Okay, we're looking for a timber flooring. I mean, birch, oak's not worn enough. Jungle, maybe. Pale oak's too pale. Definitely not cherry. Okay, that's interesting. I think that'll work. These are internal walls. We've got another layer up above, well, the roof line up above. And then another tower up top. 1, 2, these are second story, third story, fourth story. Okay, we've got that. But they're an internal stair, I think. Anyway, let's get these sorted. I don't know how I'm supposed to get angled doors in. until then, so these rooms up top are basically carbon copies of the one below. Although there's now a balcony. Like that. And there's a balcony off there. I'll fix that in just a minute. Okay, and again, follows this around. Now, it says it subdivides this into a room of 2. Not quite sure how. But what this does up here is actually makes these upstairs rooms directly above those. And then this room is carbon copy of the one, well, these two. Maybe not. Okay, this interior line comes across. Oh, nope, that was right. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so second floor, I've rearranged that. Okay, so that's one long room, that's correct. This room is also one large room. Is correct. This room is 3 by 3, which is correct. This room is 3 by 3, which is correct. These rooms are 3 by 3. This room down here is one room. These rooms over here are large rooms. This room here is an entire room. These rooms have stairs. They do. Okay, that's right. This is also one room. Okay. There is an internal staircase, which runs from here. Like that. And it's only, well, it says one wide, but chances are it's probably actually two wide. Uh, I think this walkway stays uncovered, I think. But I do need those. Right. Okay, that's good. Hooray. And in fact, I think there's, because they have. Huh. I'd put them in the wrong spot. Oops. So 2 to 3. And then it's a ladder. Put the stairs in the wrong spot. It's actually here to the next level up. Uh, Well, I mean, clearly then this guy has an extra floor, which no one else has. Well, would say no one said I was smart. Okay. Still got to work out what I'm going to do with this interior walkway. I could stay with the same sandstone. I could. I put all the stairs in though. Could be worse. Da, 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 da. I haven't put any lighting in. It's probably perfect mob spawning place underneath there. Yeah, I don't think I want wall torches in the the these things. What are we calling them? Stables. Pretty sure there's... No, it's only 4. Why did I go 6? It does actually overlap the door. I'm not going to. That works. Okay, so one on each of those. I think we probably go in the corner there. I say, it's starting to feel pretty secure in here. Mostly. Alright, and I'm going to finish putting these in. Okay, so the stables are done. These end rooms. Well, these rooms. They definitely don't get a door. The interior side gets a window, they don't get a door. Well, at the least, it's going to be a door or a window, so it's going to be like that. And the same for along here. It's going to be a door or a window. Okay. Problem. Now, door. Nope, not one of those. We're one of these. Spruce store's still downstairs? I think so. Alright, so we come back to the main entrance. Come in. Hinges to the... Alright, these... I could put fence gates on there. That'd work. Okay, so this wants on the diagonal. I don't have the opportunity to do that. Does it have a window? No, it does not. But it does have another door there. A door there. Yeah, okay, I'll go with that. Not the prettiest of solutions. Ah, no roof. And on this side, we have a door there. But then, no door here. Fence gates, fence gates, fence gates. Acacia again? Yeah, we'll go with that. I was gonna say, we've done all the stairs. No, we haven't. We've done all the slabs. We'll go with the pale oak log. We're not using that right now. Acacia, acacia, acacia. Okay, at an absolute minimum, it's going to be a one high all the way through. But anyway, I've done these downstairs ones. I'm going to do these front ones. Again, it wants a door. Yes, it'll have to be there. And then these front walls at ground level in here have a window like that. Really should really put lanterns in. And this one also wants a door. But this one wants a window. And so does this one. Okay, and there's windows here. Does want a window there. Can't put a window. Alright, alright, we're gonna go upstairs and sort these out. Downstairs looks mostly sorted. Doors in the right spots. Okay, upstairs. There's gonna be a door there. No, that's downstairs. Duh. Upstairs is no door. But we do have a door there. And we do have an internal door. As such. One of those will be a door. Actually, what we'll do is we'll jump straight in to this floor. And in fact, this interior side goes straight up. To yet another flaw. And then it's got pillared roof. What does the... Ooh, pale trapdoor, I like that. Okay, and then it's got pillars. Not very square. No. Oh, like, could. It actually has railings. I gotta check what the roof design looks like. An onion. It's an onion dome. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. It is. In fact, I got rid of the stairs, didn't I? Did. In fact, I got it working probably better than it has any right to be. Roofing material is going to be something dark. Um, I have a smooth slab. I don't have a smooth slab. I probably should get one. Oops. Okay, and then there's an onion dome on top. So what we'll do is we'll fill this in. Must be white and gold. Okay, we should be close. Oh, that works very nicely with my blocks. That does look like an onion dome in limited scale. And I've got a wandering trader. Nice. Alright, so definitely up to there. Bad guys on a camel. Go and kill them. What am I looking at? I'm looking at camel husk and 2 parch. He's shooting. Oh, the dude on the back. Oh, okay. This is looking really quite fancy. All right, and it goes one out at this level. I mean, the onion dome isn't as oniony as it probably could be. Alrighty, one by onion. Ah, whoop. Okay, and then straight up. And then turn it around. gold. I don't need the polished tough anymore either. Okay, and I don't think I need a trapdoor, but anyway, look, so we've got ourselves down here. This is ground floor, first. First floor. But it's got a lot of archways. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. But what we're going to do is we'll actually go one higher back here. No, we won't. Go the normal height. Is what we actually have through from here is a doorway. And it wants to be a solid roof in some form. And the interior doesn't really have a wall at all. It's just got a fence line, I think. Oh. That projects forward. I wonder it seemed off. So this level comes out to here. Like that. And then we go and it's the doors are about in the right spot. It's tempted to be like a sandstone or something. I mean, red would still work. I mean, it's very not quite overpowering. Okay, and then there is actually a... This comes down the steps. Does it actually cover them up? No. No, it does not. It just anchors them. And in fact, it has a diagram color. Whoop. Oh, nice. And in fact, because where that is, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's a window in the middle here. I think the foundation stone now needs to be red. Now, I can't shape those windows because they're too small. What I can do is we're going to have a whole bunch of them. It doesn't quite work. And here, I don't understand. It's got... windows at the ground level. So this inside wall It wants a window somewhere towards the front of those stairs. Well, it can't be on the stairs now, can it? Okay, so mostly taken care of. Mostly. And it's going to have a window roughly in the same spot. Here. It's got the door over there. And it's got a door there. Like that. Okay, so it's going to have, like I said, window in the same spot and a door. There comes 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't fix the windows on this inside, which I believe like that. Okay. That is, and there's pot plants and stuff. Now, if I come in and who's going to miss that? Well, it is a window, isn't it? How high is it though? It's 2. Doesn't need to be too high. These interior walls are as such. The fact I haven't put glass. Oh, ladders. I want a ladder. I want a ladder. Done. Alright, so those extra floors are done. I've pushed that one out the front. I'm gonna work out all these windows and doors and everything live. What I can say though is in fact, it looks like, I mean, this wall is intact like that. Seems to indicate there's one window there. Another window there. Okay, doors centered. Basically like that. Now, the fence line, or the roof line, is going to look like this, because there's going to be basically patrols out to there, which then raises the question, how? Let's go like that. I've covered up that wall. You're not going to be able to see those palm trees from the outside. My beautiful palm trees. Well, That, I think, is going to be quite impressive. And there's no... Okay. What it's got is a split here. Like this. Well, at least this bit. That does not connect. I mean, it almost doesn't matter what the internal looks like because the roof line's going to stay the same. Like that. So that then runs straight across the front. These internal walls. Door on a window. Door on a window. The only one with a okay, I need those polished, tough. I mean, not that you get rain. I think it's almost worthwhile coming straight across at this point. And then down this side, we have windows every, well, would be every third. But we only have the one door. Door is there. Window is Yeah, a little bit offset this time. But there's windows on the back wall. Which are the correct spacing apart. And that's an internal wall that goes full height. This is that. And then this is actually a difficult one to deal with again. But at least I can run at least out here is completely all the way up. Right, I'm going to finish up real soon, but I'm quite pleased with how this is turning out. I don't need at that height. Top floor, that is max on both sides. Window there. There's a door on the inside somewhere. Like that. There's a door on the inside over here as well. And correspondingly a window. Yeah, these end diagonal rooms are a pain. Not 100% sure what I'm meant to do there. Or, sorry, not 100% sure how I'm going to decorate them. I know what I'm supposed to do. Alright, now we finished putting the it's been a pretty good session tonight. We've mostly not quite finished. Done most of this. Okay, now Where did I start the pacing? It was hard up, wasn't it? Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 1. Oh, I don't think that quite evens out. I think I will get my one more double arch. Which is meant to be there. And I will need lighting up here as well at some point. Oh, all right, we'll put this fence in and then call it a night. I think we did pretty well. Considering it's come up from scratch. Go for those open holes in the wall. In fact, I can fill these in. I know what's going to happen here. This room wants 2 windows. This room wants a window. Again, this room wants 2 windows. Okay, so the back wall is done. You can't see the palm trees from there. Nice. That's all good. Okay, so this wall is going to be like this. That's good. Come up the front. That wall is good. That's to be advised. So I want 2 windows on the slant here, so it has to be like that. Likewise over here. Again, it has to be like that. And this implies it's a garderobe. But if I look at the diagram, it's not. It's a protected window. A little tiny little balcony. Hmm. Yeah, the diagram got it wrong. But what I can do is I can set that like that. And then give it an interior door. And in fact, what I can do is I can color it. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Needs to be normal. That draws a bit of space back out of that room. Oh, wrong door. Where am I going? Out here. Now that, set out of the way, works. I do have to put some ceilings in up here. It's going to have to be... And then you get your patrol deck out there, you got a balcony, you've got your... That all works. I've got to light the place up, I've got to decorate. did give decorations. I'm gonna go moss block. Don't need that anymore. I don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Okay, we're gonna go. And trapdoor. Okay, so we're gonna Alright, there's some bushes. I think that's rather well done now. I mean, I've got to fix up the path out the front at some point as well. Gonna glass all the windows. Gonna decorate all the rooms. Gonna make wall hanging big pictures up in there. These come in. Your storerooms and stuff. Yeah, no, I think this... Well, these bits need fixing, but look at our oasis. Yeah, I think I'm proud of that. All right, let's call it a night. If we're in a chat, put some tunes on. And call it a night. All right. Big thank you to everyone coming out tonight. Regulars, first timers, chatters, lurkers. Across all our various endpoints, thank you very much for being here. The channel wouldn't be the same, or the channels wouldn't be the same without you. So thank you very much. All right, what have we got next? We have our giveaway, really, coming up next, which is taking place tomorrow night, before tomorrow night's stream. If you want in on it, head for the Discord. You'll find a channel called Giveaways. Head in there, you'll find a blue button. Click the blue button, and you'll automatically be in the draw. This week, the giveaway is for a copy of The Plucky Squire. So good luck to everyone with that. Stream-wise, we are looking at completing Endling tomorrow. We are not that far back from finishing it, and then probably doing a bit of Japanese train sim to fill in the time after the game's complete. Monday night, Mass Effect 2. Then Wednesday night is Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire. Friday night is Prince of Persia, and then next Saturday we're looking at our Minecraft SMP, our multiplayer stream from our SMP again. Next Saturday's stream might be a little bit delayed. Well, it might even not be going ahead. Not 100% sure at the moment. And the same for the week after. So we'll keep everyone informed. Let everyone know via the socials. And that's how the best way to keep tabs on what I'm streaming when I'm streaming is keep an eye on the Twitter and the Insta. I put messages out in both of those before each stream, indicating what I'm doing, what I'm streaming. Discord picks that up and also puts a message out. The stream goes live, but best bet is to keep an eye on those two socials. Otherwise, a very good night from me to all of you, and we'll see you all again next stream.